Now listen. Under data system, in data system, head office will prepare a single account. Head office will prepare a single account called branch account. Everybody, you need to listen only. Everything is there in our material. Please listen. Friends, please listen. In data system, who is preparing the branch account? Head office account. Friends, listen. Head office send goods to the branch. Head office will give cash to the branch for incurring expenses. With the goods, the branch will make sales. Cash sales, credit sales. After credit sales, it will collect money from debtors. There may be bad debts. There may be discount. Lot of expenses incurred. Discount may be offered. Cash will be collected. Everybody, there will be cash sales collection as well as collection from debtors. There may be some loss of stock. There is closing stock. There is closing debtors. Like that, so many informations are available. Correct, Abba? In this, head office will account through this method, a very simple method, only the transaction between head office and branch. This method, head office absolutely not going to worried about or not concerned with the transactions. Not at all concerned with the transactions which is made by the branch with outsiders. Head office is not concerned with the transaction made with outsiders. It is concerned only with the transaction between head office and branch. With that, head office will find out profit or loss. Are you following this? So, is it really possible to find out the accurate profit? No. Correct, Abba? So, without accounting even a single transaction of branch may cash sales, credit sales, collection, discount, bad debts, loss of stock, closing debtors. Everything is ignored. And we will account only the transaction that is happening between head office and branch. Are you following up? So, and that's they are going to find out some profit. That is an estimated profit or actual profit? Actual profit. Is it accurate profit or some estimated profit? Accurate profit. Now please listen. How is it possible, sir? Around thousands of transactions happening at the branch. You ignore everything. 996 transactions you ignore. I will account only 4 things. Head office and branch transaction. Between them, what transaction, what will happen? Head office will send goods. Some goods may be returned back. Head office will send cash. That cash may be remitted by branch to head office. These are the only 4 items I will account. I will not account any other transaction, but still we will arrive at the profit or loss. Everybody? So it is like this. We will account goods sent to the branch. Everybody? If they are returning back the goods, I won't say goods return, I will just make an ulta entry for this, because the entry is branch to goods sent to branch. Now when it is returned, ulta entry. Goods sent to branch to branch. Everybody. So that way we are making an entry. It is a double entry only, but we can mention this as returns. When I sent cash to cash, respond, which is sent. When I get back the cash, I will write by cash, which we will write this as remittance. Everybody? By just accounting these 4 events alone, these 4 transactions alone, we will get the profit or made by the branch without even knowing what actually happened at the branch. I need not go to the branch. Branch need not tell me any information about their operations. I just want to know how much goods sent. Should I get this information from branch or I know the information? Goods returned. Do I know or should I get from branch? I know it. I know how much stock came in. How much cash I gave, how much cash they gave me, everything I know. These 4 only I will account and I will get accurate profit of branch. A very beautiful method. Are you following this? So people learn this as a format and we'll also learn this as a format. We take 4 items, 2 items in the debit, 2 items in the credit. Which 2 items? Goods and? Goods and cash sent. Cash remittance, because we don't tell cash returned. It is not returned, it is remittance. Is that clear to you? Apart from this, they will account the list of balances of assets and liabilities of the branch. They will record the assets and liabilities. Respond. In branch, I said there is no specific operation. Are they buying goods? Can they borrow money from somebody? So no liabilities for them. There is no liabilities for branch. Respond. Similarly, so no opening liability, no closing liability. Now, they don't have generally fixed assets. They are only seen as a sales promotional place. It is just an improvisation of consignment. Dependent branch is just an improvisation of consignment. So instead of identifying a local person selling on a commission based, I am having my own office there, that's all. But otherwise, there is no fixed asset created, there is no manufacturing taking place there. It is just a place for making. So I will have assets relation to sales, whatever assets exist, that assets I will have. Which assets? Stock, debtors, cash and bank. What and all? So let us understand. We will have opening balance of branch stock, branch debtors, branch cash. Everybody? Similarly, we will also be recording closing, branch stock, branch debtors, branch cash. Just accounting these balances and also these 4 events. What are the 4 events? Goods and cash sent. Goods returns, cash remittance. By accounting this, I will get accurate profit of the branch. I will not miss out even a single rupee there. Is that clear to you, sir? And for these information accounts, I don't require any help of branch. They need not tell how much operation they did and all. I know everything. Are you following? And for these things, I will go personally and verify. For the balances of assets and liability, where there is no liability, we have only assets. That to what asset? Current asset or fixed asset? Only current asset. Understood, Appa? Respond. Now, by balance this account, you will get accurately profit or loss. By balancing this account, you will be getting profit or loss of the branch. Shall we proceed? Yes, please respond, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Now listen. How this is working means. Now listen. With this 6 item, how do we get profit or loss of an entire business where lakhs of transactions happening in a year, thousands in each day? So how can we get the actual profit through the system? Because some long number of months back, we introduced one chapter called single entry system. In the single entry system, we have 2 methods called statement of affairs method and conversion method. In statement of affairs method, we find out profit or loss using 3 steps. Understood? Or 3 stages. Opening statement of affair, closing statement of affair, statement of profit or loss. Statement of profit or loss steps alone you tell. Closing capital, add drawings, less additional capital, less opening capital. Will give you profit or loss.
Yes, sir.
Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Now please listen, friends. Head office is like a businessman. Now you separate the head office and branch. Everybody? Head office is like a businessman. Head office initially introduce some X amount into the business. Respond. Everybody. So head office is introducing some amount. Correct? First year of operation, head office introduce money. Yeah. It won't directly give cash. It will either send and to some extent cash. Everybody. And some goods which are not saleable will be returned back. Cash will be remitted. And I will have closing balance still in that business. Whatever I have invested in a business, still not received back, is actually the capital. Whatever I have invested, which so far I have not got it back, is my capital. Could you appreciate that? So in the branch, whatever amount I have invested, I would have got it back in the form of either cash and goods. Sometimes some stock, some money is still receivable from sales, and some cash will be still there. So this is actually representing the closing capital, the closing at the branch of the head office. If you see head office as a businessman, branch as a business, please respond, pa. This closing asset is nothing but the investment of the head office into the branch. This is nothing but closing capital. Please respond. So it is actually credit minus debit is profit, closing capital. Goods return and cash remittance are the amounts that has been taken by head office from branch. These are the amounts taken by head office from branch. Is it nothing but drawings? Closing capital. Add drawings. These are the money I have contributed during the year. Minus additional capital. No opening capital. Balance is profit or loss. Respond. Now this closing becomes opening the next year. Next year also we will have closing. So finally it is actually closing capital. Add drawings. Minus additional capital, whatever I contributed during the year, minus opening capital will give me what? And whether that profit is accurate profit or estimated profit. Accurate profit only. Understood? That is how this particular system will be working. So opening balance, you will write, respond, of various assets at the branch, and then goods sent to branch during the year, cash sent to the branch during the year, goods returns, cash remittance, closing balance. Is that clear, sir? That if you, the balance between, if you balance this account, you will be getting profit or now. Goods are sent to the branch. No disturbance next time. Remove your hand there. Okay. The goods are sent to the branch at a price called invoice price. We are discussing which chapter? Higher purchase, branch. Okay. So the goods are sent to the branch. உங்களுக்கு தாங்க சொல்றேன், டிஸ்டர்பன்ஸ் பண்ணாதீங்க, தயவு செஞ்சு டிஸ்டர்பன்ஸ் பண்ணாதீங்க. ஒரு புது டாபிக் போயிட்டு இருக்கு, அந்த டிஸ்கஷன் கோயிங் ஆன். அந்த டைம்ல நீங்க உட்கார்ந்து ஃபன் கிரியேட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா ரெண்டு பேரையும் வெளியே அனுப்பிச்சிடுவேன், பிளாஸ்ட் பண்ணி அனுப்பிச்சிடுவேன். ஓகே. So when we just find out that when the goods are ஏதோ சொல்ல வந்தேன், it is actually sent to the branch at an invoice price, which is a price more than cost price. Invoice price means a price more than cost price. This invoice price may be the selling price. This invoice price may be the selling price, but need not be the selling price also. Selling price may be even more than invoice price. Understood? But generally not less than invoice price. Understood? So goods are sent to the branch at a dash price. There may be different objective for this. Either I don't want the branch officials to know, not to know my cost price. Either it could be that it is an instruction for you to sell at minimum this much price. So the price at which the goods are sent to the branch is called dash price. Invoice price. Understood? But when the head office is sending goods to the branch at a price which is more than, are they really making profit? Is it a profit for the head office? Absolutely not. Understood? Because only when the goods are sold to the outsiders it is a profit. Head office sending goods to the branch can't be a profit for the head office. Could you appreciate that? Everybody, so thereby please understand, but in spite of which they are going to record the goods at invoice price. Understood? Because there may be different objectives in sending the goods at invoice price. I don't want the branch to know my cost price. If they know the cost price, they will also know the profit. And if you know the profit, you will demand more share, salaries, commission, whatever is the case. Understood? So thereby I won't let you know the actual cost price. Understood? Or it could be an information that this is the minimum selling price. This is the minimum selling price. Understood? So like that, the goods are sent by head office to the at a price called. Our branch knows only one price. Which price? They may sell at invoice price or maybe if they are authorized to do. Understood? If they are authorized to sell at a price more than that, they can sell. Otherwise, they will sell at what price? Invoice price. Shall we proceed? Now, thereby what happens is that this stock is actually physically valued by the branch. The stock is physically valued by the and they know only what price. So, thereby what happens? This stock is actually representing invoice price. These stock information are actually representing, but we don't want the information at invoice price, we want at cost price. But initially we will be recording only at what price? Invoice price. Are you following? So since the information is given at what price? Invoice price. We want to convert this invoice price into cost price. Understood? Fine. So for that purpose what we will do now? This invoice price to convert into cost price. In this, imagine 10,000, 2,000 is profit. So I should minus, no. But instead of reducing from that side, I will record in the credit side as by stock reserve opening. Opening stock reserve. Everybody, what is opening stock reserve? Difference between invoice price and cost price, or the profit margin on this invoice price. Opening stock of invoice price. Correct? That is invoice price of opening stock. Shall we? Similarly, this closing stock is also representing what price? So I should convert this into. So it is 2 stock reserve closing. Similarly, this goods representing. I should convert into. So buy goods sent to branch. Respond. This also representing. Should be converted into cost price. Everybody. So now imagine this represent 1 lakh goods sale. This is representing goods 20,000. Respond pa. Instead of removing loading, instead of reducing the margin from the goods at 2 different times, we can do 1 time netting this off. This is goods sent for 1 lakh, goods returned for. You eliminate the margin only on 80,000. Eliminate the margin for 1 lakh here. Eliminate the margin for 20,000 here. Instead, in the credit side, eliminate the margin for, which is the net goods sent to branch. Which is the net goods sent to branch. Could you appreciate that? So that way, we will have opening stock reserve relating to opening stock. Closing stock reserve relating to closing stock. And you also have buy goods sent to branch, which we call it as loading or removal of loading on net goods sent to branch. What is that, pa? Loading illa. We make it very clear. It is removal of loading on net goods sent to branch. Anga edhura amount ku pere loading da, correct? But by crediting that amount, what we are actually doing is removing such loading, correct? Removal of loading on net goods sent to branch. So whatever stock reflected in this account should be converted into cost price. Opening stock at cost price, invoice price is there by stock reserve. Closing stock is there too, stock reserve. Goods sent also invoice price. Goods returned also invoice price. Then 1 lakh minus 20. Net goods you find. On that you apply the margin. Then you remove that margin. Are you following? So that way you convert everything into what price? Now you balance this account. You will be getting the difference as profit or loss. Is that clear to you, sir? We are discussing which chapter? Branch. Different types are there. In that which branch we are discussing? Who maintain books of accounts? Head office maintain books of accounts for finding what, pa? Profit or loss is found out by 3 methods. Single entry method, data system. Okay, single entry, double entry. Double entry into data system, stock and data system. Sir, you only told data system, stock and data system are removed. I told not in this chapter but in higher purchase. Originally it was there in both the chapters and we used to relate both these chapters. Now we can't relate. It is no longer present in higher purchase. Could you appreciate that? So in case of data system, head office will prepare a single account. In the branch account, head office will account only the transaction between head office and it is about the goods sent and the cash sent, goods returns and the cash remittance. Apart from these 4 items, it will also account the list of assets and at the opening and closing. Are you following? It will account the opening list of assets and closing list of assets. Everybody, so we'll write in the branch account 2 balance. In the branch, what and all assets present that will be shown. Stock, debtors, cash and closing also same. Understood? After writing all these 6 items, we'll have the removal of the margin, removal of that loading. Correct? By stock reserve, 2 stock reserve, by goods sent to branch. That is nothing but loading on net goods sent to branch. Superb. Unloading. Are you following? That is what we have. Now this particular steps, let us put into a form and we will like to learn that. Understood? So it is branch account in data system. Branch account will be solved in 7-step approach. In what is that 7-step approach, friends? It is opening balance, closing balance. Everybody. Now to learn in a matching way, we will also rhythmica we can learn. Understood? Now listen carefully. It is opening balance, goods sent, goods returned, cash sent, super. Understood? Instead of dabbaing one side and the other side separately, it is like this: opening balance, goods sent, cash sent, and then the formalities. 7-step all together I will say formalities. The unloading formality. Correct? What and all? Opening stock reserve, removal of loading on net goods sent to branch. Not merely goods sent to branch, it is goods sent minus goods returns. Could you appreciate that? That is how we have 7 steps for completing this branch account. Right? What are the 7 steps? Opening balance, cash sent, formalities, opening stock reserve, removal of loading on. I want each one of you to repeat. And that too, you should have that gelling, you should create the rhythm, ragam, everything should be there. So thereby, please create that particular steps. In partnership admission, 7 steps we discussed now. 7 steps. That's admission retirement. Here dissolution la 5 steps. Anyway, in amalgamation also 5-step approach. Everybody. Insurance claims la loss of stock 4 steps. Loss of stock profit 8 steps. Everybody. Now, let us come back to this account. In case of dependent branches, under the dependent branch data system, we prepare a single account called branch accounts. Everybody. So this branch accounts will be having several number of steps. What are the steps we have? Opening balance, closing balance. Wait. Whoever not responding will make it in mic 5-10 times in position. Here, coming here. So please respond, friends. At least do that pretension. Something. But I don't want any mute spectators here. So once again, so in case of dependent branch, there are 3 accounting methods or 2 broad methods. Single entry, double entry. Under double entry, data system. Super. Now under data system, we prepare a single account. Totally. Opening balance, goods sent, formalities, opening stock reserve, removal of, loading on, net goods sent to branch. Understood? The wow sonno yaru pichu puduven. Anyway, so you understood the 7 steps, sir? Yes, sir. First we established logic behind this working. Now that format is into our mind. So by reading the problem, put this format, easily the problem can be solved. Tack, tack, and the solution will be over. Everybody, understand carefully. Stock and data system. Please listen. Friends, please stop talking. In case of data system, we maintain a single account. In case of data system, we actually maintain a single account called a branch account. Everybody. In case of stock and data system, in data system we were accounting only the transaction between head office and branch. In case of stock and data system, the head office will account all the transaction happening at the branch. Transaction made by branch with head office as well as with outsiders. In case of stock and data system, head office will account all the transactions of the branch. Transaction made by the branch with head office and with outsiders. A comprehensive accounting will be made. Everybody? Okay. Now for this, various entries will be made by whom? Branch or head office? Head office. No, nothing is accounted by branch. Who is making all the accounts? Head office make the account, for which information on a daily basis will be provided by the branch. So everything gets accounted by the head office. Understood? So we already completed which method? Data system. Simple 7-step approach. Correct? So before solving problem based on this, we will also complete the discussion on the stock and data system. So here once again, everybody, can you join in this repeating things? Opening balance, goods sent, cash sent, formalities, opening stock reserve, removal of, loading on, net goods sent to branch. Net means what, sir? Goods sent minus returns into the margin. And when you apply the margin, friends, they will give you the percentage of the profit. If they give, say, 20% on cost, then you should apply 20% means 20 by 100 on cost, sir. 1 by 5 on cost is equal to 1 by 6 on invoice price. Understood? 20 by 100 on cost equal to 20 by 120 on invoice price. Everybody? 15% on cost. 15 by 100. 15 by 100 on cost equal to 15 by 115 on invoice price. You should know how to convert this. By converting all these things, there could be a problem where they will give 30% on invoice price. In that case, you should apply 30 by 100 on that invoice price. Don't convert. Understood? So you should see whether the amount is at invoice price, whether the margin is on invoice price or cost price. Amount is invoice price, margin is already on invoice price. Apply directly. Invoice price, margin on cost price, convert, apply. Everybody? But if it is cost price, margin on cost price, apply directly. Cost price, margin on invoice price, convert, apply. So you should know, if equal base is given, apply directly. If opposite base is given, convert and apply. We appreciate that. So these points you should be remembering.